Legends of the game, it is once more. Guess what? We are warmly hosted by Hartsfield Rugby Club. We are in the city of Kings, Bulawayo. And today I'm sitting with one legend who scored against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, a goal that was celebrated nationally. And he went on to become the soccer star of the year in 1993. We're talking about Agent, the silent assassin, Ajira Sawu. Welcome, legend, to Legends of the Game.
Thank you, my brother. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, sure. It's good to be here. And what a way to enjoy Bulawayo. Having to sit down with you, legend. But my first question is, how many languages do you speak? Because you're in China, you're in Switzerland, you're in South Africa.
1, 2, 3.
Which ones?
I think 4.
Which ones? Can you speak Chinese?
Ndebele, Shona, English, and Swiss German.
Swiss German. Okay, cool. Anyway, let's get to 1993. Soccer Star of the Year. You were from Popoma. No. You were from Pumula, right?
Yes.
As a Pumula boy, why did you choose Zimbabwe Saints instead of Boso? Was it a choice or it was
a difficult question? But understand one thing. We grew up playing street football.
Yeah.
And I was at Babambeni Primary School. I think then the club secretary for Highlanders, he was an administrator at Babambeni Primary. He tried to convince me, but unfortunately the Zimbabwe Saints juniors coach, Chani Kwede, he was staying in our neighborhood there in Pumula, so he was quick to move. Then he took me to train with our juniors Saints. I'm under 12s then.
Oh, that's how you end up at Zimbabwe Saints.
Yes.
But you wanted to be at Boso. Had you had your way?
You need to understand one thing. Highlanders being Highlanders, I would say any Zimbabwean boy that is growing up wants to be, it's either Highlanders or Dynamos.
Highlanders or Dynamos.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll go to that great migration.
Even though Zim Saints too was a big brand, yeah.
Okay, Zim Saints was a big brand by then. Yeah. Most people still celebrate that goal against Cameroon. You remember 1993 when you scored at the National Sports Stadium. Let's relive that moment. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think what makes it most memorable is because we know who Cameroon then was. And Umatinda, I think he had come in as a substitute. I think he's the one that created that ball. And
was it not Vitalis Takawero?
It's Vitalis or Matinda?
I'm not sure, but one of the two.
We need to check on that. But I think it was Matinda, yeah. Or Vitalis, yeah, whoever used his sheer pass. Attack by line, I anticipated well across, came in. I attacked the ball with a header. I think it was Antonio Bell, the goalkeeper for Cameroon. I think he was best in Europe then, big player. Most of Cameroon players were best in Europe, and that feeling. And in front of our fans, we won 1-0.
Oh, wow.
On the 86th minute, yeah.
Yeah, people still associate your success with that goal because you scored against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. And it was a rare thing. But it also raised some questions. I hope I'm free to ask you this. Abantu bathi Agent Sawu, when you will score, no one scores. Please demystify that.
Well, I guess now you should do your own homework. I don't think it's true. Because career yami, I'm known of scoring goals, and so that myth, I think he has to get like a national team. Is Zimbabwe or a national team now? If now try winning Zimbabwe, you are winning how many goals? because the time when we won 4-1, I scored a hat-trick.
Okay.
So
We were playing against.
I think Mauritania or something like that, or Mauritius. Just check out my records.
Okay. So it's a myth. It's not true, right?
I don't think so, because even now, Zimbabwe now tell you we nearly win how many goals.
2-1, 1-0.
Yeah. So if I happen to be the person that scored the one, I don't think so.
Okay, ngicela ukubuza nje, just out of interest. Personally, I want to know from your personal perspective, ukuthi, does juju work in Zimbabwean football? Not that you use juju, but there are talks you want ukuthi there are soccer jerseys that slip in Mazoe before the match, or people jump the Jura wall. What is your take?
Well, I'm trying to explain abantu silama cultures that yachiyeneyo. So is ama clubs.
Okay.
So kuya depend ukuthi ba believe yini. If you believe ukuthi ungayihambisa ijezi lakho eMasowe or ama uniforms eMasowe, it works for you, that's it. Nxa ukuthi lakho likhambisa ebantwini bayenza ama rituals abo, if it works, that's it for you. Yeah.
Okay. People shun that subject, I know. But anyway, let's move to Zimbabwean football. From the time that you were playing and up to today, must compare the standards. Would you say we are upgrading? Would you say we are getting better, or we are going the downward spiral?
That's a difficult question. Let's check in terms of our FIFA rankings. Singapore as a country. But again,
local football.
Yeah, there are so many factors that influence performance or ama results I football.
Okay.
So again, a challenge in maybe sponsorship. It plays a huge role in terms of motivating amalokos and ama players. Lapa umuntu, if he plays well, one season is taken. Is jumping across South Africa. It's because of him. Obviously.
Okay, yeah. So you're actually bringing a very interesting point to my question, Ogoti. When you guys were playing back then, you went to play in South Africa. From Zim, you went to Switzerland, right?
Yeah. It was Cyprus.
How was it like,
first.
Cyprus?
It was okay.
And then you went to...
It was a small country. Competitive league. I played there for one season. Then afterwards, I came back to Zim. I played one season. Then afterwards, I went to Switzerland.
How was Switzerland?
Well, also it's a small country, but very competitive locals and league.
Money-wise, it's very nice.
Well, it depends if you're saying money-wise. Don't forget that we are talking about 20, 30 years back. So even like if you try to compare or try to benchmark 30 years and now, there's a huge difference.
It is, yeah. There is a huge difference. It's a fact. But you also played in South Africa, right?
Yes.
So that is where my point is to say, how was your stint in South Africa? If you compare these two leagues, to say, when you were in South Africa then, and Zimbabwe, now South African league has been upgrading, right? You'll agree with me.
Yeah.
And if maybe this league was being sponsored maybe 2 million rand that time, maybe now it's 20 million rand.
Yeah.
So now compare, I want you to compare with ama standards too. Have they improved? Mfuna feel of the time when you played. Are we getting somewhere as the local league, or
the sporting side or the administrative side?
Both.
I think I highlighted a very key point here. Sponsorship is very key. And we're losing our better players to
South Africa.
Because their clubs there, they are well funded or with sponsorship. So that on its own, very our standards cannot be the same.
Right. You ran an academy.
Yeah.
Or you still run an academy. What was it called?
Rising Stars.
Rising Stars. You were in partnership with other players, right?
Yes.
Who were the players that were involved?
There was Adam Ndlovu, there was Zenzo Moyo, Gosana Kumbo, Daniel Ngwenya.
Okay, what happened to that academy?
He's still there, but he's dormant. Was still trying to work a few logistics out.
Imali.
Yes.
Okay, that academy, who did it bring out that you can remember, you can count, to say these people came through our academy?
We've got quite a number of...
Just name 3 to 5.
For players. Kulo Bernard Nderipo, the Prince Nderipo. Bernard, I think, is with the members now. Some of the boys, they just played one season, then afterwards they were taken by I think Ibantu. In terms of players, well, I didn't do my research well to recall.
Bantu Rovers, you played for Bantu Rovers or you coached?
I coached there.
Is it still there or it's defunct now?
So to Bantu Leopards now.
Oh, are you a shareholder there?
No.
Oh.
No, I was employed as a coach.
Okay.
Bantu, yeah.
No, you look like okay, there is a story. There is a story that I overheard.
Yeah.
Oguchi, when you moved from, when you came back from overseas or from South Africa, you wanted to join Highlanders, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you were training with Poso 90.
No, I was training with the first
Poso.
team, yeah.
And why you could not fit in Vatulomkaba.
Yes.
And but you could control the ball. Is it true? And then one coach from Timbare saw you and said, I can take him to Harare. Was that the reason why you moved to Harare?
Umkaba, that's another issue. I think I was out for 3-4 months.
Okay.
Then I came to train with the locals and the Highlanders. His CV, on its own. I think then they were not being fair with me because there's no way I could have gone to Highlanders for trials. Versus my CV.
It was supposed to be automatic.
Dynamos heard what I'm training with Highlanders. Dynamos, they sent people to come and get me from Bulawayo. They didn't query that the contract was ready for me. In Harare, I go to Harare. We sat down, we signed, we agreed on terms. I started playing for Dynamos. 1-2 months down the line, so I was at Poso's case in the field of play.
Yeah, that's what you punished Poso for them not accepting you.
I was only doing my business.
People say you were scoring intentionally against Poso.
I was only doing my job.
But now it's good that you back at Poso because I know your blood is black and white. UEFA B and CAF C. Tell me the difference between these badges and their impact, because there's been debates. And which ones do you hold?
I've got an international coaching license,
which
is equivalent to UEFA B.
Okay.
Then I've got a CAF B. So in terms of equating the qualifications, UEFA qualifications against our African badges, I think it's a question that needs to be answered by our offices.
No,
I've got
but
a TD. My certificates were submitted at CIFA at one time. Seeking locals for them to equate those locals. Up to today, I haven't been answered.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you.
But I guess we know who UEFA is compared to ZIFA or CAF. So that's for you to add 1 + 1.
I know. I thought when you said you submitted your papers to ZIFA, I thought you wanted to coach the national team. I was like, oh wow.
I think when the time is right, why not?
Very ambitious.
When the time is right, why not?
But you coached in South Africa a bit?
Yeah, I was in what do you call it, Mvela. I was
Mvela Panda.
Yeah.
Tell me the difference between the two leagues, because you've coached here, you're with Bantu Rovers. Where are the differences there, according to you?
Ibantu, I coached them beku Premier League. Lama juniors abo ngale I was with ku Vodacom League. Is almost the third division
Third
side.
division.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think the difference is on the corporate involvement, or is the talent? What is it like exactly?
Talent, I can't say good. There's a huge big difference, but now in the way we conduct a business, a football business, players need to be motivated.
Okay, it brings me to my next question. Why personally, I know it's not your jurisdiction, you will say, but why personally do you think top 3 clubs have been struggling to clinch the Premier League title for many years here in Zimbabwe? What do you think is the problem? You as a coach, you as a former player, because I think you are better placed to comment on that.
I would like to assume ukuthi maybe budget could be the thing.
So do you think that Scotland and Zimbabwe, because they are well-oiled, they are better placed to clinch the Premier League?
I should think so. Even however, I don't have ama statistics ukuthi ama budgets ama clubs amenjani, but of late, I mean, our football or our leagues have been dominated by these mine platinum teams. It's because of sponsorship, I would think.
So it's a question of sponsorship,
yes,
for the clubs. Why to? But then I will say, I could beg to differ in the sense that even though it's your place to comment, when you guys were playing, you came from the junior policy of Zimbabwe Saints, of Highlanders, and it was not about money. I mean, it was not about the budget sponsorship to buy players. It was about nurturing talent. So what has changed? Is it the fact that the junior policy is dead in Zimbabwe?
It's not dead per se, but I think what you need to understand is people are playing soccer, or they've taken soccer as a profession.
Okay.
Yeah.
That I agree.
So parents, they invest in academies, they invest in their kids, they send them to academies. Obviously, players also, they've got ambitions to go and play for bigger leagues and earn big monies.
Okay. So you're a businessman. Are we in business?
Football business, yes.
No, besides the academy.
Football is my business, yeah.
Full time?
Yeah, full time. Yeah.
So you, after having spent time in Switzerland, China, South Africa, are you good business run on Ajira?
No, not really. I've got my side hustles, here and there, but
Family-wise?
Family-wise, yeah, I'm a married man, yeah.
Any kids following your footsteps? How many kids do you have?
No, not really.
How many kids do you have?
3.
Boys, girls?
2 boys, one girl.
So they're not following?
One was playing rugby, the other one was playing soccer, but is out of the country now.
Okay. You've explained, but I wanted to find out something. When you moved from Zimbabwe Saints and you went overseas,
Yeah.
and then you came, you joined Dimbare, and you chose to come and retire and rejoin Boso. I'll say rejoin because I know you've always wanted to be part and parcel of Boso. Not you've always, you are part and parcel of Boso. But why did you choose coaching instead of administration? Don't you think we've got a challenge in administration more than in the technical side of our football?
it's more of a passion and the experience that I've had as a player. I've played locally and also made it abroad. I thought maybe by coaching I could plow back and try to impart the knowledge that I got from outside.
Through coaching?
Yeah, through coaching, yeah.
But do you feel that Zimbabwean football needs to be hands-on in terms of administration for talent to be channeled properly?
Definitely. Definitely.
Okay.
We need to strike a good balance.
So having played, having spoken, having walked your journey, having played and having spoken about your experience as a footballer and now as a coach, let's look at what you consider your peak as a player. What would you sit back and say, wow, that was the time being Shisala? And when you relive the moment, you say, yeah, this is the time when I feel like being blind.
Kutho umuntu mayigida kanjani kaziqakezela. But the 5 seasons that I've competed in Zimbabwean football, I think I was on the calendar 5 or 4 times. So that on its own doesn't show you what I wasn't a small locus.
Amara 1993 was your best year, eh?
Because I was voted.
You at the center of the calendar.
Yeah.
And you scored against Cameroon.
The other years I was in the calendar too, but not in the center, yeah.
So 93 we'll say was your best.
It was my best, yeah.
Okay, overseas, which countries did you enjoy?
Almost every country that I...
Even China?
Even in China, yeah.
How are you playing in China? Can you speak Chinese?
Just a bit to greet.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Konnichiwa. No, that's interesting.
I was being coached by a Brazilian coach there in China, and there was a Chinese guy who was translating. So there was no need really for me to be on the other side of Lokosa. Because he was communicating in English. So in translating for the Chinese guy was translating for the Chinese. So I was on the comfort zone.
Oh, you're on the
Only
comfort zone.
when I was going to my shops, that's when I got to understand a few things. Nissan, Sama, Tochie, all those small things. Yeah.
So now that you've hung the boots and you're a coach, what do you enjoy the most about your time at your position at Highlanders? What exactly is your position at Highlanders?
I'm second assistant.
The senior team?
In the senior team, yes.
Okay. So what do you enjoy the most about?
Kelvin Kaindo is the head coach. Then we've got second coach. I'm third.
What do you enjoy the most about your job?
Everything about it.
What does it entail exactly?
We work as a team. He's an open manager, Kelvin Kaindo. Usually strikes a good balance with his assistants. At times we are given the chance to head training sessions. So basically I can't say good I'm an assistant really. He's trying to empower us in all aspects of the game. Because if you are assistant at some of the coaches, it depends with their philosophies. You'll be just picking cons. But like he says, like I'm saying about him, he's one person that is open. He gives us a fair platform.
Okay. Nice. So how are we looking in terms of Boso? By end of the season, do you think we are comfortable to take the league this year? Since you're in the driver's seat with Kind.
It's a very difficult question. As you know, winning a league, it's a marathon race. I think we're on the right track as a club. We should keep on keeping on and grind more positive results.
Okay, you are happy with your team?
So far, so good, yes.
Strikers, defenders, everything is good?
It could be better. It could be better, yeah.
You need more money?
No. No, not really. Obviously, money. Everyone wants money. If it's there, why not?
Okay. I thought maybe you need more money to buy more strikers. But any questions for the legend? Do you have something that you want to ask the legend? Oh, he says he never played for Dynamos or anything. The question that he was asking offset when he was saying there was a time when Dynamos was struggling and then you scored a controversial goal and it was in the water, something like that. You don't remember that one?
You should check your records well.
No.
And that year, how did Dynamos lose e-league tightly? It was decided in the boardroom.
In the
boardroom.
Boardroom?
Yeah, in the board. Issue. At Mom Fema.
Okay.
Yeah, go and do your research on that.
Yeah. Okay, no, thank you so much. I'll do my research. It was my technical guy who was asking to research. Yeah, you are encyclopedia. You can tell us.
Who were the league champions then?
Hey. We are in school now.
I think I've done my bit. The questions that you are.
So you are saying Dynamos was supposed to win the league that year, and it was decided in the boardroom, not in the soccer pitch.
Yeah.
No, I understand you, legend. Yeah.
Why were the 3 points docked from the Dynamos?
Hey.
And what decided league champion? I'm a league champion.
Right. Talking about that, coach.
That's for you to.
Coach, talking about that.
Dig further.
Yeah. Are you happy with the refereeing standards in Zimbabwe currently?
Well,
because what we saw last season, I needed even a blind man could see that.
I think we need to improve here and there, but so far so good. People need to understand that they are human beings. They make mistakes, but they are trying hard to do their best. Yeah,
they're trying hard to do their best. Okay, legend. From here, where are we going? Is Agent Sawu from Highlanders? You are sitting as the assistant coach, right?
Yeah.
Where are we going from here? Where are your focus? Where do we see you in the next 2-3 seasons to 5 seasons?
Well, obviously, I can't tell what tomorrow brings, but I'm one person that is positive. I can't be an assistant forever. Should the opportunities avail themselves, why not? Maybe one day Zimbabwe national team coach.
No, it's possible. It's possible. Yeah. We can only wish you all the best because we are here to immortalize your contribution and celebrate you. That is why we are sitting here today, legend. Thank you so much and all the best in your future plans.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Legends of the game it is. We are in the city of kings and queens, Gobulawayo, and we're sitting with Agent Ajira Sawu, the silent assassin. Till next time, cheers and bye-bye.